And now you're now entering a space for Black history. Welcome to Black excellence. Do not fear, for if you do, just sip on some grandeur.
We got 107 views! I told you. Welcome to episode of the podcast and chill. We are back.
Is it like a standard for you to greet it?
We got a special announcement to make today, 7th of November, 2020. Give it up for the one and only Sol Penuka. So the next milestone, Sol, are you ready for this? We're trying to fill up SUNBET Arena in Pretoria for our 1 million subscribers event.
1 million?
1 million.
Hey, but I'm scared about this one, Sol.
Greetings, welcome to another episode of Offside ZA. Today, I'm not rolling solo. Don't be surprised because you're seeing me here and not your usual suspect. He's somewhere, but we'll talk about that later on. I'm joined by, do I call you a guest of the show or a friend of the show?
I don't know, whatever you like. Whatever sounds like chiller like what the chillers would like.
Okay, no. Lennox, welcome to Offside ZA, and of course, our man, Mzwala.
Yeah, man.
He's here. Gentlemen, let's get straight into it. Busy weekend, eh?
Yeah, quite busy.
Started very, very weird on a Friday night. Some had load shedding, some did not have load shedding. And Lennox, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah.
I know we asked this in the last episode, asking if was it a point gained or was it 2 points dropped? And it's Arsenal I'm talking about. Right?
Yeah, that's my team, of course. Like when you said that, I was like, I know where he's going with this, But I think it's definitely like 2 points dropped, because we are competing with something special in Man City there. Because I think about it like this: title races like this as the race like comes to an end, it's going to be very crucial. You start looking back, you're like, ooh, that game when we played Liverpool at Anfield, 2-0. This past game we played, we just got a point. You start thinking about those matches and you're like, that penalty should be converted. You start taking stock of what happened in the past. But yeah, as it closes off, I'm just a bit worried that, we're losing points.
So I'm thinking about it like this, right? Is this a case of Mzwara? You remember, I think it was Liverpool with the Steven Gerrard slip.
Oh yes, I think it was against Chelsea, eh?
It was against Chelsea.
Yeah,
they went on to literally throw away the title.
Yeah, it has happened quite a few times, and
there was a situation with, I think, Manchester United when City won it.
2012, yeah?
There was about 4 games left and they were leading by a good 8 points, if I'm not mistaken, or somewhere there. They went on to lose it on the last match of the season. Is this going to be a similar situation, or is there a chance for Arsenal? Or should it just be content with like, okay, cool, top 4, Champions League, we back Tuesday, Wednesday, no more Thursday football, playing against electricians and plumbers from weird countries in Eastern Europe?
Nah, we have a chance, I must say. Not because I support Arsenal, but I think I can see like the side is growing a lot in how they play.
But there's Newcastle coming.
Hey, Newcastle, Newcastle's good, eh?
Look, for me, like I said in the previous episode, that Arsenal only chance is beating City tomorrow. If they can beat City tomorrow, they're back on it. And also, let's look at the Friday game. They were trailing. So there's a little bit of fighting spirit instilled in them. So I wouldn't write them off if I were you.
You know what the interesting thing about it is, ne? I think it was last week, sometime during the week, there's a clip from Arsene Wenger. He was doing one of the matches, one of the Champions League games, and they asked him, "What do you think Arsenal's chances are of winning the league?"
Yeah,
and he was saying, like, you know what, this is a bunch of kids. They've never been in this situation before, so them being a little jittery is expected. Because if you look at that, the bulk of the team, who has been in a title fight before?
No one, basically, except for the guys that you guys brought in from City.
Why did you have to mention that?
They've been in the trenches. They know how it's like, you know. So yeah, I think they.
But they were not also key players, and they are not key personnel at the club. So if you look at the bulk of it, the captain has never been in a "we are fighting for the league" situation. Martin Odegaard, some of the senior players, I think was Granit Xhaka there when we were going toe to toe with Leicester a couple of seasons ago, when Leicester won the league, because we were like chasing with Leicester. I think Granit Xhaka was there, and Mohamed El Neni during the Arsene Wenger tenure. But outside of those players, there isn't really anybody who can be like, okay, cool, like guys, switch on. This is what we need to do, because you can see that is what they're missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think more than anything, I think Arsenal has done well this season. I mean, I think finishing second as well is still a very, very good achievement. I think next season, Arsenal are going to be a problem for most of the teams, which they are actually this season. But I think next season, I think they might just stand a better chance to actually take it, you know?
So what is finishing well? So you are Man United, you are Arsenal. You finish second, Champions League. You are United, losing a final of the FA Cup. You've already won a Carabao Cup, and you get Champions League. Who's had a better season?
Good question.
Definitely United have had a better season, because silverware will always be
With Maguire.
I mean, silverware is always.
Imagine you are saying, I had a good season, and you had Maguire as your centre back.
I mean, Maguire has always been criticized a lot. I must say, like, I always laugh at all my friends who like support Man United, and then Maguire makes that flop where, you know, he costs the team a goal or match, you know, and then, you know, they're like, everyone knows that he does make those mistakes. But I think that when you look back, you remember a season based on like the good side of it. And the good side is like they got a trophy, something they haven't done in many years, which is also something that you can commend Erik ten Hag for.
And they're also in the FA final. So I think they had a good run. It's
Look,
a good season.
Carabao is a cup, I get it. But is it something that you walk around parading and saying, like, oh no, we finished the season with a trophy? It's the Carabao Cup.
All is there, and all the teams compete. So you can't really say it's not a cup.
I mean, you're playing guys who are on the bench half the season.
Yeah.
You know, it's like winning the Community Shield. Can you finish the season and say like, hey, I lifted the Community Shield?
Yeah, but for you to win the Community Shield, you would have won the FA and
I know.
the league. So
I know, but like, do you go around parading? Do you do an open buzz for a League Cup?
for plastic.
That's for the Premiership and for the Champions League. In my view, you can't do that for the Carabao Cup.
So that's why I'm asking the stature of the cup. Is it one thing that you can go and parade and say like, yeah, we've won this thing?
But it's a silverware. Let's be honest. In football, you are judged by silverware, and there's how many competition are there? It's FA, Carabao, Champions League,
And the league.
There's 4, and it's 20 teams competing for those.
Yeah.
Okay, the elephant in the room. What's happening at Spurs, guys?
Yeah, those guys, like, they're having too much spur, bro. Like, they're struggling. I think the
People with a taste for loss.
Hey, man. Maybe we should have sponsored them, eh?
and to think that they wanted to sponsor them for this Visit SA thing. You
Oh,
remember
yes,
at some
That's what I'm
point that
saying.
thing
Maybe we
was
should have but they would have
making the
been
rounds.
losers. Anyway,
But Conte was there. Things did not really go their way. He left.
Yeah.
And he was very critical of the club in its entirety. And a lot of people were like, hey, Antonio, calm down. But to his detriment, he ended up leaving. Christian Spalletti took over. How do you fire a caretaker manager?
I was shocked as well. I think they were harsh on him, honestly.
Yeah, it's not his fault, eh?
It's not his fault. I mean, what is happening at Spurs is exactly what Conte articulated in that interview, you know, and the boys are just proving him right, you know. I mean, there's not a winning culture in that team. I mean, I watched that match and those players looked dejected. They were not coming through for each other. They were just all over. I mean, you wouldn't say they're professionals, you know. And we've had big scores in the league, but in that manner, it was just so quick. You know what I mean? It for me, I felt like they lacked professionalism in that game. They were not playing for each other, and I think that's exactly what Conte was saying.
But here's the thing, and let's compare apples with apples. You have a Man United that was walloped 7-0
Yes.
Sure.
by Liverpool.
Yes.
You've got a Spurs that lost 6-1 to Newcastle. Why is... Well, I know United won a plastic cup, that's fine.
Yeah.
And they in a good position to make a Champions League spot.
Yeah.
But why fire Spalletti for losing 6-1 against Newcastle, and Erik ten Hag did not get fired for losing 7-0 against Liverpool? And it's not like Newcastle is like a Malacca team. Newcastle
Yeah,
have
it's
actually been a force to be reckoned with this season.
Yeah, no. They're a good side. They're playing well, and I think going into Newcastle, it's intimidating for a lot of teams this season, you know. And coming to your question, Len, I think it's more of Tottenham, you know, okay, United, they lost 7-0 to Liverpool. But I think it's the fighting spirit.
A struggling Liverpool, mind you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Liverpool gave few teams a big score this season. So, you know, they're blowing hot and cold. That's Liverpool for you this season. So
They're
on
exhausting.
a good day, you can get a good number, you know.
Fair.
But I think with United, the difference is United have been playing as a team, you know, and whereas Tottenham, they're just all over.
All over, but they still find themselves in a position whereby I think if they string a win or two or three, they can literally slip into a Champions League position. At
But-
the expense of Man United, actually.
Yeah.
They could be in more better position.
Fair. I mean, we can make the same argument about Arsenal. It's you have those days when you switch off. I just feel, I think David Levy and whoever it is that advises him, they were wrong to get rid of Spalletti because, like you said, Lennox, it's not his fault.
Can I ask you a question? Was Conte supposed to be fired as well? I think not.
I think he got fired because of his utterances more than anything.
Yeah. Plus, also, like, you know, like watching on the side, well, when you watch coaches' reactions on the side, like, this stuff gets heavy emotional, hey? When I think the coach's got a plan, like, listen, guys, we're going to play like this today. And they're far from what he discusses and also far from what he sees in training.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's going on here? So I think that Conte, I mean, he's also a guy who expresses himself. He's almost like a Thomas Tuchel. He just speaks his mind. And I don't think you can fault him for being brutally honest. And if that sees him go through the door, then yeah, so be it. And I think, you know, now they are looking for a solution. And I don't know if this is going to work. And the timing as well to change tactics to, like, I think you've probably lost the locker room a lot by the time you bring that solution.
We've got two London teams,
Yeah.
both looking for a manager. A couple of names have been tossed around. Luis Enrique was one. He did well with Barca. I don't know how well he would do in the English game. Nagelsmann withdrew from the Chelsea job.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing, though, was Poch. Personally, I think he's an underachiever.
Really?
What has he done?
Well, he had all the players at PSG. He had all the players.
But
at
everybody
Tottenham.
that goes at PSG, they have all the players. They've no. Are we judging him on Champions League?
Of course.
I mean, then a lot of managers are underachievers. If you're gonna go with that notion.
And yeah, Champions League is a different league. Eh?
But with the talent that you have and the amount of money that is being invested, surely as a Pochettino, come on.
Look, I think, like I said,
And he came close, though. I must say he came close.
winning the Champions League takes years. I said this in the previous episode. I mean, Thomas Tuchel was he not at PSG?
He was, and he failed with all the talent that they could buy him.
It did not. But it takes years and culture within the club. Look at Thomas Tuchel. He came to Chelsea, a team that has won it before.
No, Frank Lampard did have the job for him, Shem.
Who won the
If we're being fair.
Come on, you want to tell me that Frank Lampard did the job for Tuchel to win the Champions League?
He did have the job.
No, lad.
It's like Roberto Di Matteo when he won it with Chelsea.
The record shows that Roberto Di Matteo won Champions League. The record shows that Thomas Tuchel came to Chelsea and win the Champions League.
I don't dispute that. So if Bayern had actually gone on to beat Man City and Bayern had gone on to win the Champions League, Nagelsmann would have done half the job for Thomas Tuchel. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I don't believe with that. I don't agree
Tuchel's
with you
been
on
there
that
before.
one.
Tuchel's walked the road before.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
he kind of knows what the boys will be thinking about, what they'll be stressing about when they're one goal down or when they have the lead, so he'll know what to say.
Exactly that.
Because it's more mindset. I think Champions League is more about the mindset. And Real Madrid has the mindset for big stages like Champions League.
Now, we're going to get there. Chelsea and Spurs. Managers who are available. Do you think Jose might go back?
Nah, Jose's well. He's in his element in Italy. I think he has found his niche there. He's doing well there. I don't see him coming back to English Premiership. I don't think so.
Goose eating? Because every time Chelsea got rid of a manager, you knew Goose was going to be the guy who takes over.
Yeah, I know. Poch at Chelsea, I'm thinking.
He won't do well though. I think the problems are like a little bit deeper than that. And also at Tottenham even worse. Like you will need like a guy with a lot of authority, bro, for those positions, for those teams to like get back into a proper line. Because you have guys like Tuchel who, like at Chelsea, was kind of calling people into line and they kick him out. And then you get Mourinho, if he does come, if he ever does, I don't think you'll lost even a season. They would have probably like asked him, they'll show him the door because you'll be very frank with I guess, people at the top, players, everybody will know what's going on.
And on the Spurs conversation, you are Harry Kane, you are Son.
Yeah.
Do you stay or do you go?
There's nothing left for them there, in my view. I think Harry has done well for Tottenham. I think it's time for him to move to greener pastures. I think Newcastle is gonna come calling.
His brother needs a friend, so you're gonna have two Harrys. That's if they don't get rid of him. No, but like honestly, Son, Harry Kane, do you stay? Like surely at this point, I mean, because he's been wanting to leave.
He's been wanting to leave. I mean, at some point he was linked with Manchester City, and before Haaland came through. But I think he needs to go. I think he has done everything that he can with Tottenham. I don't think there's anything for him to achieve there still. I think he must go.
Is Champions League going to be a determining factor for him to stay or leave?
I think it will be, because a guy like Kane is reaching a crucial time in his career. So he needs certain trophies in his, to have his name with those certain trophies.
Now he doesn't have not even one.
Yeah. Well,
hey man, it's tough there.
Oh no, he only has those like player of the month and like top goal scorer. That's it.
Akfan.
Hey. So you need something like of substance, And if you need something of substance, you need to go to a club of substance. And I think you would fit in nicely there by Arsenal. The way I look at things, I think you'd fit in nicely there.
Why are you nodding? You don't want a goal poacher?
It's no, I don't know. I'm indifferent about it.
Cool head comes into a group of youngsters. That's how I see it. If he does ever consider that move to the Gunners.
I'm not sure. Hey, Unai Emery.
Yeah, I just got nibbled this weekend.
No, granted, but Aston Villa is doing very well by their standards. Because
and mathematically they can make top 4.
Because
yeah, they can.
A typical Aston Villa, we know them to be on the other side of the table, not where they are now.
Yeah, look, Unai is a good manager. I'm still surprised why you guys got rid of him, but he's a good manager. I mean, he went to Spain and did wonders there.
With Sevilla.
With Sevilla, that just nibbled your friends, my neighbors. Remember we talked about it. I'm digressing a bit.
What game plan did United have? Oh my word.
Oh, crazy.
Well, a lot of people were blaming Harry Kane. I think it was for the first goal. But I think with the first goal and the last goal, David De Gea had every reason not to do what he did. Because the pass that he did to Harry Maguire, that was a suicide pass.
It was a suicide pass, but the focus will always be on Harry, which I agree with Linux. He always get the stick,
But yeah, you were saying Unai Emery?
Yeah, I was saying, look, he has done well. I think it came a little bit late, I think. But I think next season is Aston Villa might be a team to watch.
Realistically, where do you see them finishing?
I think they're going to make top 6.
So balo dlala Europe Thursday
Yeah,
night.
top 6. I think it's realistic for them to achieve.
So it will probably be them and Spurs.
Well, Liverpool is still there.
Oh, yeah.
No, they look like they're gunning for top 4.
Well, they can still make top. I mean, if they win all their remaining games, they will end up at, I think, 71 points, which is just short of 70 that as City is sitting on. So they still can squeeze themselves. But again, it's just numbers. You know, you can't. Football are not won by,
Statistics.
You know, you have to go and win those remaining games. You know,
They're like a bikini.
they don't reveal everything.
Realistically, Lennox, Aston Villa.
I don't see them going beyond the 6 mark, like, because it's gonna get congested there when we get to like 2 games left of the season. It's gonna get very congested. Like to break into the top 5, top 4, it's gonna be very difficult.
Because
But
City, Arsenal, you take them out of that
yeah,
whatever.
So they will be fighting for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. All those teams there.
yes.
Because
I
it's
would
still
do-
open.
I almost want to say Newcastle also like add them there, like because
Okay, so
they're
Yeah,
firing
because
from
they're
all
sitting, I think,
cylinders.
on 59 points now.
Yeah, they're
So-
firing.
Sitting pretty. So
1, 2, 3 is sorted.
That's
I think
locked.
it's sealed. I
They
agree
can
with
lock it in.
Linus. I think it's sealed there.
Okay, so it's 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's between Spurs, United,
Liverpool.
Liverpool, maybe Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So who's who in the zoo there? Because
Don't forget Brighton as well, eh?
Oh, yes. Hey, don't forget Brighton. Hey.
Yeah.
But I would like to think Liverpool would actually make the cut for the top 4.
Look, they're relying on other teams to draw points, and when you're relying on other teams to draw points, it's always difficult.
But
know?
look at who's above them and the likelihood of those teams actually winning all their games, less not dropping points. Because United can drop points at any given time. You saw how they were underwhelming against Brighton.
No, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, that was hot to watch actually. Boring.
Spurs, you saw they were taken to the abattoir.
It was baptism of fire, bro.
22 minutes.
I mean, you go to the bathroom, you come back, the
It's a
score is like,
goal.
whoa, okay, what's happening here? You know?
So like the teams that are above Liverpool they've got potential to drop points. So
Yeah,
Liverpool, actually, for me, I think they'd actually make top 4.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. I mean, it's the possibilities are there, and I'm agreeing with what you're saying that other teams are not really consistent. Like it's easy for Tottenham to drop more points. It's easier for United to drop more points. And if we can check you can check their run there. As to who they're gonna play. I think they still have to play Newcastle as well. So I think that game is gonna be very crucial.
Who's still going to play Newcastle?
I think United still have a game with.
Oh,
Newcastle.
yes.
Yeah.
So Newcastle still needs to play Arsenal.
Sure.
So Newcastle actually have a more difficult running.
That's why, in as much as I agreed with us saying, you know what,
Yeah.
that they solidified their 3rd position, I still think anything can happen.
Yeah, true. Considering them 59 points.
And at the bottom, who's going home?
Hey man, it's tough there.
It's no.
Southampton, I was like, you know what, it's done. But until Friday, I'm like, there's still a fighting spirit here. I think they can just pull a few surprises.
But there's no team as dangerous as the team that's fighting for their lives at the bottom.
Nah, they're dangerous. And the thing is, the guys are starting to think, if we get out of this league, top flight football, salaries are going to change.
Yep.
Lifestyle is going to change. So they're playing for their lives there.
Everton is also there and thereabout. Who would have thought?
Leicester is there as well. So it's really tough at the bottom.
Look, Nottingham Forest, they will scare you here and there. You would have thought they would have at least gained a point against Liverpool.
They should have, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
but they didn't. It seems like they've got Liverpool's number because in the first round of games, they actually beat Liverpool.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Was it first game or second game?
It was sometime in November. No, it was a couple of games in it.
Yeah,
Very
but
convincing one as well.
Yeah.
But look, I think they are gone.
Who? Nottingham.
Yeah, Nottingham, I think they're gone.
Because it looks like Sheffield is coming back up. Burnley is also coming.
Burnley's
up,
sealed.
even though there's apparently some issue with them and a referee and some shiggy. They might get docked points and be fined and something along those lines. It's a rumor that was making the rounds. I don't know how solid that story is.
Oh, okay. I have not come across that. Yeah.
So, but they look fine. They look fine. I think Burnley and Sheffield United look fine. It's all them shiggies that are gonna be fighting to go into the playoffs, where you've got a Norwich in the mix. Who else? There's actually quite a couple of teams that are there and thereabout. I think Luton Town is part of it. So, yeah, also tricky there to see the 3 teams that are going to go up, but 2 is already solid. Here, Everton can go down, Nottingham can go down, Southampton are literally flirting with going down hectically. Leicester is there and thereabout. Leeds United, there and thereabout. And
actually, right, there's a game going on right now, actually. Eh? Middlesbrough are 1-0 up against Luton.
So Luton looks like they're going to...
Yeah, Middlesbrough are 3rd now.
Hey, that's some interesting fixtures and interesting things that are happening in the championship, eh?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, look, and yeah, back to the main league. I think Liverpool, yeah, I'll give them
your top 4.
My top 4 in this order: Manchester City,
yes,
champions.
Yes.
Arsenal 2nd.
Yes.
Newcastle 3rd.
Okay.
Manchester United 4th.
Okay, cool. Got that on record. Lennox?
Top 4. Gunners, Arsenal 1st, Citizens 2nd. 3rd, I'd go with Newcastle. And then 4th, I would put my head on the plate here for this one. But Liverpool, for some reason, I think will finish 4th. I saw the way they played. I think they will do it.
And then I'm going to throw it to you again before I come to you, Mzwar. Who's going down?
I think the way it is Southampton, Nottingham Forest, and maybe Leicester City if things don't change.
It'll be sad if Leicester goes down.
It'll be so sad.
From league winners not so long ago to being relegated. It's going to be sad, dog.
At some point, I saw West Ham in relegations, and I was like, this season is hectic. But
then they were like, ta-da,
out of the woods.
Anything can change at any given time. That's the thing about this league this season, especially at the bottom. Because, if you look at the points difference, there's not big margins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 2 games can change a lot, and there's quite a number of games left. Who's going down for you?
I like to think Southampton will fight it through. I don't know. They just gave me... I don't know what to call it, but against Arsenal...
No, they gave Man City a breathing chance. Just say it. Just say it.
But, for a team that is fighting relegation to go and display that kind of...
fighting for your life?
Yeah, fighting for your life against Arsenal, and they were away, to top it all. I think they still have a fight in them. I think they might just survive, but... It's a difficult one. So I'll say Leicester will go, Everton and Nottingham.
Okay. That's an interesting one.
No, Leicester going down hurts me.
Yeah.
The notion that Leicester is probably going to get relegated is actually hurting. But for me, who's going to go down? Nottingham Forest, definitely.
Yeah.
I think Southampton is also going to go down, definitely. And Everton. I don't think Leicester's going to go down.
Yeah, no, Everton has been, they've been something else this season. It's really sad to watch.
If Frank Lampard.
Hey,
man.
man.
Frank Lampard.
They kept him for too long.
Hey, that man, he's had a rough start to his coaching career.
He must just direct Chelsea down.
But it shows it doesn't always mean that good players translate to good coaches, huh?
Not all of them.
Not all of them now.
Not
because
all of them.
even now.
Which one player?
I've got
Zidane is an exception.
Pep is also an exception.
No, we said brilliant players.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Pep was he was not brilliant.
Yeah.
He was okay. He was good. He was not brilliant. He was not Zidane brilliant.
But you don't make it to Barcelona if you're not good, bro.
Yeah, true.
You know
or Real
what I mean?
Madrid,
You don't make it to Barca if you're not good.
Who's that guy that they bought? Is it Braithwaite? How did Braithwaite make it to Barca?
Hey man, even what this Ghanaian German boy made it there as well. So they do have,
Boateng.
yeah, but he's good. I think he's just ill-disciplined.
How did Memphis make it to Barca?
Memphis Depay.
Yes.
Oh come on, man. Memphis is a beast.
What beast?
He's also good.
It's good.
How we managed to get the number 7 jersey at United. He wore the number 7 jersey. It was too heavy for him.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, we're digressing. So back to what you were saying.
Yes. Sorry.
What was the question again? You mentioned that coaching.
Yes.
And
good
brilliant players, brilliant coaches.
Yes.
They become brilliant.
Brilliant players that turn into brilliant coaches.
Oh
Zidane
yes,
aside.
I lost a trail of my thought. So I was gonna say that
He's
still
doing well.
Right player.
you know
And also Frank Lampard did very well at Derby County before he got the Chelsea job or the Everton job.
I was saying I think these guys they move prematurely.
True. And I hear what Marco is saying about Vincent, right? I think Vincent did relatively okay in Belgium. That's why Burnley went out searching for him and
Yeah.
got him to come through.
Yeah.
But can he do it in the big league? Like how Zidane managed to just waltz into Real Madrid and win Champions Leagues like we lose power every day.
You took it there. No, for me, I think, like I was saying, these young coaches, they need to give themselves time, you know. And I think it's unfair to compare a Zidane at Real Madrid and a Vincent Kompany at Burnley with all those stars at Zidane's disposal. I think...
But Chelsea's got some good players.
No, for sure. But what I'm saying is you can't compare the two. You know, coaching, I mean, do you think Zidane can win Champions League with Burnley?
No.
You get what I'm saying? So,
Arteta could try with Arsenal.
well, we'll see. He must first win the league.
He could.
No,
He must first win the league.
and that's a good transition. And he's also another name that we didn't mention.
Yeah, he's also
Yeah, no, definitely. But I think these managers need to give themselves chance. Arteta was under Pep's wing for a while, and he understood the tricks, you know, of the game and everything. And if you look at Arteta and if you look at how Arsenal play, it's like a mini Man City. You know, they're so beautiful to watch. You know, because he stood there to learn. I mean, he was there for I think 2.5 seasons. Just learning the game, you know, under one of the greatest to ever do it, you know. So I think also rushing it to become a main coach is a problem for a lot of these managers.
Wasn't John Terry like a head coach somewhere? I think there was a point whereby he was a caretaker for Aston Villa, if I'm not mistaken. And then he's almost like disappeared. I don't know where he's currently coaching.
Yeah, I remember that because I think that's where he ended up. That's the last we saw of John Terry.
Who else tried to coach? Thierry Henry was assistant at Belgium.
Even Rooney?
Rooney's at Derby County.
Yeah.
He was in was he a player coach in the USA? Or did he coach?
He's currently manager at DC United.
There we go. So there's quite a lot of them that are going out there, but there's only a select few that are doing very well. I mean, remember Gattuso tried his hand at coaching. It didn't go very well.
But it's one hell of a player. One hell of a player.
But it was a good player.
No. He ran like, he was like Italian version of N'Golo Kante, but just like a watered down version. Champions League.
Yeah.
Madrid, Man City. We know that Bayern literally they shot themselves in the foot. Chelsea, I never really gave them a chance.
Yeah.
They did have chances.
Yeah, if N'Golo Kante converted and Cucurella converted those 2 chances, because those were clear-cut chances.
That's 2-2 in the first half. Makes the second half very interesting.
Definitely.
And Madrid starts to shake.
Definitely.
But they didn't take their chances. And in this case, again, I know Frank Lampard, he put Everton in all sorts of nonsense. Was it his fault? At some point, was he there on some not in my days, I would have scored that goal.
Yeah, look, I think he came at the wrong time, you know. I think Chelsea are going through a lot, and I think a lot of managers would have struggled still, to stay it back, but
I just think management at the club is just all sorts of
it's
wrong.
terrible.
Yeah.
Chelsea must
Todd
just
Boehly.
write off this season and try again next season with a new manager that can just change things and stamp his authority and redirect the team to greater things,
They must just find a way. Chelsea fans must just find a way to stop the war in Ukraine. No, for real. Because if the war stops and the sanctions get lifted, then Roman Abramovich can buy his
Do you
club
think we'll
back.
still be interested? I don't think so.
But that's one, you actually make an interesting point. That's one of the things that disrupted their performances a lot.
Yes.
Because remember the time, like, there was like these like bans and these like restrictions on them as well.
Yeah, to buy
affecting
players, yes.
their performances and stuff. So had the war not happened, could be a different story. But obviously Graham Potter took over and he was just like a mess. He had so many games that he was in charge for a while.
Actually, if I'm Spurs, I would actually consider Graham Potter.
Yeah, if you want to be a mid-table team, yeah.
Or if I'm Spurs, actually, if I'm Chelsea, I'd go look for Nuno.
No.
Nuno was not bad.
Yeah, and I think at Spurs, I think they didn't give him enough time at Spurs.
For me, Spurs looks like Bafana. They're like a poison chalice.
Yeah.
Because you look at how many managers have they gone through in the past 3-4 seasons. Mourinho was there not so long ago. He left. There was AVB at some point, but that was long ago. Before he started to go rally driving or something like that. There was Nuno, obviously, like I said. Now, what's his name? Harry Redknapp has even raised his hand on some like, I'll take a coach. I want to come back and
Back from retirement.
Yes, because he had retired. Like, what's his name? Crystal Palace manager now.
Roy
Hodgson.
Yeah.
And he's not doing too badly.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think it's the culture thing there, and the manager that needs to come there has to have that authority, And I think Conte was the guy, Never mind his utterances. I think he was good. I mean, you go and rent. What is going to happen in training on Monday? You know what I'm saying? Chances are things were going to turn around.
I would say if I was at the top there at Chelsea, I'll get Ralph Rangnick in because I feel like he'll give the team an identity somehow. Because he's pretty good with like helping develop players, like build identity or whatever, Because I feel like Erik ten Hag is benefiting from what he did there at Man United.
You reckon?
A little bit.
So United did not get the full him because of the Ronaldo effect. Do you think that's the
I think
case?
so. I mean, Ronaldo's big personality is a superstar. And whenever he's making these comments, it affects the changing room, no doubt. Maybe Ralph Rangnick is not a bad idea for Chelsea if they want to give him time to see how he does. Because, I don't think he would say no to the offer because he's had a taste of football at this level. Plus, the other coaches in the league respect him a lot because they know his experience and stuff like that. So he might be able to do that, bring his team, right assistant, might be able to change things around. But getting coaches, I don't know. I don't think they'll be able to do well.
Top 3 unemployed right now.
Zizou?
Yes.
I'll say Poch. Yeah, Poch.
Okay.
And Conte.
Okay. So Spurs is like top 3, number 3 out. So we were only working with the top 2. Top 3 unemployed for you now?
That's a difficult one. I don't think any of the unemployed people right now would want to go to Chelsea at all. I don't think so.
Why do you say that?
Because I think coaches consider a lot of other things, like obviously in the negotiation process.
Yeah.
I think it's an extensive process as to, my back staff, do I inherit what's already there? How much leverage do they have? How much influence do they have in terms of fixing the mess? So I don't think you're not going to get Zidane to come to Chelsea at your terms and conditions. It's more going to be at his terms and conditions. He's going to bring in his people.
Because apparently Todd Boehly loves going to the dressing rooms after the game, eh?
Yeah, and why are you there? Stay away. We need to create a distinction between
a coach like Mourinho will never last there.
No,
Just lock the door, my man. It's like,
Yeah,
guys, stay out.
just stay out of that.
Yeah.
So, okay, Zizou, I agree with you. Poch, I still think he's an underachiever. Di Matteo is unemployed.
Di Matteo.
No, sorry, not Di Matteo. Sorry, I meant to say Martinez. because he left his job with Belgium after the World Cup.
Our
Roberto
fact
Martinez.
checker is here.
He's Portugal manager.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Marco. He went to Portugal.
Yeah.
He went to Portugal. Yes. So Zizou, Poch.
There's not much there.
yeah. We need a
Big
coach.
Sam.
Coach with the
Big Sam is on this. Big Sam has got one job:
Get me out of relegation.
get me out of relegation. It's like what do you call the Denden Mal? Is it Denden?
Then Dance Malise.
Yeah, Denden will come when things are going a little bit south, and you come stabilize, and then it's done. You know what I'm saying? If you give them too much time,
Or
in the
Dylan
club-
K. Or Dylan K.
or Dylan K, yeah, you know. So if you give them too much time with the team, they're not gonna give you much. You know what I mean?
Okay. So Chelsea have got a problem. Now I think they should just stick with whoever is caretaking, Frank Lampard. Spurs are firing caretakers, so the caretaker of the caretaker is gonna take over. So, or maybe they can call
Soon the
Harry.
kit manager will
kid
be
manager.
coaching.
Yeah, like
Will
Yeah.
be coaching.
Or they must just call Harry to come and like, dude, listen, there's about 6-7 games of the season left. Just take us home. Like, please take us home. Oh, that's Sunderland. No, that's Leeds, actually. So, who are also doing very sketchy. There was a time Leeds and losing Rafinha. Who else did they lose? They lost quite a number of decent players.
Yeah, coming to think.
Bamford is still there though.
Yeah, but he hasn't been like, he's not the Bamford of last season, you know.
It's like Vardy. Vardy is not the Vardy of a couple of seasons ago.
Look, I mean, Vardy's, I think, he has passed peak, you know.
Fair enough. But anyway, I was asking about Champions League before we quickly brush through what's happening locally and on the continent.
Yeah.
Champions League,
City, Real Madrid.
there's the Milan derby. Let's start there.
Yeah,
Inter or AC?
AC.
Okay. Madrid? City?
Okay. As a City fan, it's gonna be very tricky. But if we go first leg, 3-0 up like we did with Bayern, we're through. Even if it's 2,
You think you can beat Real Madrid 2-0 or 3-0?
without responding,
Yes.
I'm hoping.
Okay.
Yeah, but realistically, it's gonna be a very tough fixture, and I'm hoping that City go through. So I'll go for City.
And hope is not a strategy.
Definitely.
Inter to win, and then maybe they'll like take it like
Inter. Romelu Lukaku.
yeah, maybe 2-1. Might just turn around things there.
I say it's going to be an AC Milan versus Real Madrid final, and AC Milan are going to win the Champions League for the first time since they last won it in 2006, 2007.
Okay. So you don't have faith in Pep to beat Madrid?
Now Madrid is a different kind of beast, bro.
Yeah, no,
You
definitely.
know, respectfully.
I've got faith in AC Milan.
Yeah, no.
Never
Look,
allow
Madrid-
never allow Italians to smell blood.
Yeah, they can defend as well very well. Discipline.
But here's the thing: it's so easy to beat Madrid. Did you see how close a lot of teams get? You know, like you're saying, they're just a different beast. You know.
Yeah.
But I just think Pep doesn't over plan, because usually a lot of times when Pep goes into this game, I think he just over plans and then things just go south. You know.
But with the 2 games against Bayern, he
did
actually
not.
didn't overplan.
That's what I liked, because I mean, for the first time, Manchester City went to Bayern and Pep was okay with not having position.
Yeah, so that was actually weird.
He
eh?
was okay because he understood that all you needed to do just to stabilize the team. You don't have to concede, you know, and you just have to play your ball, you know, and it worked, you know. And if you can use that same strategy, I think we might just pull a surprise.
Ancelotti's out of this world, tactically speaking. So he would know how the Man City's strengths and possession is one thing. But Real Madrid is very efficient, like in how they almost like they'll have 2 chances and they'll take them.
Yeah.
At the big stage. Not even like not even La Liga, like big stage, 2 chances, close the game.
You know what I'm worried about going into that game? Manchester City's fullbacks.
Hey, Ake was working, eh?
Ake was working and was exposed a couple of times. And Ake and Rodrigo, I'm seeing problems there. And if you go to the right, if Pep plays Akanji, who I think is a brilliant defender, but I think he does not have the speed, You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's Akanji versus
Yeah.
Vinny Junior,
We know who's winning that race.
you get what I'm saying?
We know who's winning that race.
Does he go with Walker? Walker is a little bit clumsy, so that's why I'm worried, But if Pep can get that right, especially at the back, I think Real Madrid will get a surprise.
I hope Martinelli and Saka are listening.
Don't worry about that fixture.
Anyway, that's Champions League, ne? Bringing it home. Let's start with Sundowns.
Yeah.
Ne? They're practically in the semi.
Yeah.
I don't see them.
That fixture is sealed.
Yeah.
1 foot in.
Yeah, 1 foot in. 4-1. Away.
Do you think they can go all the way?
I think they've
Because I think their next fixture is against. Is it Al Ahly?
Look,
I doubt because they were in the same group. But this is Kef we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they do the draw after?
No, there's a path.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. So, coming to your question, I think that fixture is sealed. Sundowns played well, man. I watched that game with. I'm a Pirates fan, but hey, I can't hate. You know what I mean? I watched that game with pride. I'm like, this is a South African team dominating, away, and that stadium was packed, any team there was going to feel intimidated, but Sundowns dominated every aspect of that game, the midfield, the front line, that they should have been 6 or 7-0 up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think they stand a very good chance to go all the way. All those teams that are left, your Wydad, which I think they're going to turn around that fixture. They've got a thing of just like clicking. Yeah. So I'm saying all those teams that are left, Sundowns are capable of beating them at any day. So I think Sundowns is going to go all the way this time around.
You reckon?
I reckon. If you go into the
and
that last 8,
the
teams that are firing now, it's Sundowns and Al Ahly.
And Al Ahly, the final, sorry, not before I even go to Al Ahly. The final now is 2 legs. It's not a once-off anymore.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Oh, we'll revert
It's
back to that.
Yes, it's 2 legs.
I think it's better like that, though. Because, there's always like trouble. We have trouble with away matches. Like the bus doesn't get there on time. The referee is like this. And So 2 legs is good.
But chances are, if Sundowns goes to the final, they're going to play either in Morocco or in Egypt.
Okay.
I don't think there will be issues with buses and whatever.
Yeah, look.
Because generally Sundowns gets treated very well when they go north. It's the west and the central
and all those.
Yeah,
the
I
others.
think the north are just pro football,
I think it gets weird when it's almost about kickoff and all those things in the stadium.
Yeah,
and the
laser
smoke,
lights.
the laser lights and whatever. That's when it starts getting hectic. But prior to that, I think Pito did a lot of work into bridging that gap of like, North Africa,
Oh, yeah, sure.
South Africa, we good. Competition is what separates us. Let's
That's
go
it,
for it.
yeah. Yeah. Look, okay, for that fixture, I'm going for Sundowns. I think
No, with this one, it's done.
It's sealed.
I was just asking, how far do you think they're going to go?
I think they're going to go all the way.
To the final or to lift the title?
To the final.
Okay.
Lifting the trophy is something else, but they're going to go all the way to the final.
Yeah, it's true. But Peter Shalele firing like we was 2 goals. I think he's now 100 goals in the PSL. It's like a record now. So if he can carry that form into the next few games.
Yeah, he's one of 7. Do you know the 7 players or the 6 outside of Peter?
No, he did in 197 matches, I think. So it's
Yeah,
like
he
a
did
good
it in a
record.
shorter time,
Yeah,
yes.
shorter time. Really good record. And like if he's firing, it's good for the side. And like, the nice thing Mamelodi Sundowns are very well balanced, So transition from defense to attack, I think they're pretty good. And like we can throw different things at them, they'll survive. I think it's just about game management now. And yeah.
So locally, is it a case of like, what are we playing for?
Yeah, also mentally, like imagine walking into an exam knowing you've already passed it. I'm not going to study for that thing.
No, definitely.
It's like,
But actually,
you
you're
should have
chasing a
played-
record.
Look, what are
Like
records? If they've sealed the league, it's done. Focus on winning Champions League, which is...
But you still need to honor your fixtures.
Yeah, no, they're honoring their fixtures. They're just drawing.
They must just get the youngsters to play more and like expose
Exactly,
them to
you
that
know,
vehicle and just chill.
The guys that didn't have enough game time during the season.
Because I
you know
saw
what I'm saying?
in one of the games, I think it was a Nedbank Cup game, Lebogang Maboe finally, because I haven't seen him like pretty much a whole season.
Yeah.
He was playing. Who else? There's quite a number of players that I saw playing that were not actually getting game time.
Yes, so that's good. That's good. It balances the team and it boosts the morale. You know, they're also getting those minutes, you know, which they need, you know.
So you think against, I think their next game is against Richards Bay. Yeah, they're playing Richards Bay later tonight. Do you think Andile Jali, I can they like playing like those that didn't play during the season?
Hey man, I don't know what's going on there. That man just disappeared, and the next thing we're seeing billboards with, hey,
Kappa, is he still in Matatiel?
I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I wonder where he is. But there are talks that he wants to leave.
Do they want him to stay?
I don't know.
What do you think went wrong there?
I think it's just personality clashes.
With who?
Well, I think it's definitely Rulani and Jali. I think.
Yeah, they can see them butting heads a little bit.
I think,
because
you know,
Ron is like very competitive, eh?
Very
like a no-nonsense guy. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
contribute or you don't contribute, and if you don't contribute, we're not going to pick you.
But was Jali not contributing though?
in
he
training,
was.
maybe he wants to see more. And
Yeah, look, we don't know. We're speculating here. We don't know what
No.
happened.
I know we're not saying what happened.
Yeah.
We're just like
Allegedly.
Yeah, we are looking from outside. And
We
then
had that there was a tiff between Rulani and Jali. I don't know how true that is, you know. Don't quote me on this.
okay, cool. Marumo, hopefully they're back from Egypt and all their bills were paid.
They even bought a kit away, man. Hey, man, it's tough in Africa, eh?
They drew against Pyramids.
They did.
not a bad result.
So they just need to seal it at home. How far do you think they're going to go in the confed?
Yeah, look, it's difficult because, I mean, also, yeah, at home, they're not doing so well because...
Technically, we can argue that, because they moved from where they were. They like, I think about 3 points, if not...
From safety.
No, they are safe now. They haven't lost a game, I think, in their previous 5 games or something like that.
Okay. No, then they're solid. They're solid. You
In
know.
fact, they can actually make top 8.
Look, it's gonna be, what are they gonna focus on more? You know what I'm saying? You know, and if they can focus more.
But what's the point of being in the final of the Confed Cup, Mare? You are number 15 and you're gonna play in.
I tell you?
Kasrik Stars is in thingy. It's in Pretoria, right? I think Kasrik plays in Pretoria. Cape Town Spurs, obviously in Cape Town. Polokwane City in Polokwane. Do you really? Oh well, they can play in Polokwane because they are based that side, so it's close.
So with Marumo, it's the same as JS, you know, the one that played Esperance.
Yes.
You know, they're sitting at number 15th in Algerian Pro League. 15th. Well, they've got 2 games in hand, but
Yeah.
that
Those
doesn't
are not
usually
points, yeah.
equate to points. It does not mean it's points guaranteed. And they're in the quarters of CAF Champions League, and they are 15th on the log.
Mare, okay, like you said,
What do you do? You know what I'm saying?
prioritize. do you really want to go play some obscure team? And I'm not saying obscure in a bad way.
Yeah.
Ne? And maybe the word obscure is bad. Okay, I take that back. Do you really want to? Because the NFD is much more difficult than the DStv Premiership, my friend.
That's
Yeah,
tight
no.
there.
Not true. I mean,
You
I
have to
think
deal with referees.
that's more ABC.
No.
It's a little bit solid now.
No. Motsepe Foundation is the same. It's the same.
Really?
Yeah. Sean Bartlett has been complaining the entire season about refs. And also, you must remember, not all games are televised.
Oh yeah, and not all of them have the technology. Too.
Yeah, no, that's hectic. Yeah.
So, people can nibble and make things happen. Okay, DStv Premiership, top 4.
We didn't finish the Champions League. Oh, we were talking only about Mamelodi Sundowns.
No, we spoke about Marumo. Realistically, where do you think they're going to finish? I asked you and you said, you're not sure.
Yeah. No, I was talking about CAF Champions League because there's still other fixtures there that are interesting, like Simba.
Oh yeah,
They are
it's
ahead.
strong. It's a good side.
With Wydad are defending champions.
No, but I said to you, Wydad literally just need to switch on. Sundowns will easily beat Simba. That I can almost guarantee.
Yeah.
They've done it before many a times. Casablanca is...
But they're trailing.
But that's the thing. They just need to...
Switch on when
Yes.
they're on the return fixture.
Yes, and we don't have to wait long because it's happening this coming weekend.
Yeah.
So if Wydad goes out, then this Champions League is for Sundowns or Al Ahly to lose.
Okay, so let's count top 4.
And Al Ahly has already been nibbled by Sundowns convincingly.
Yeah, no, Al Ahly is not a problem for Sundowns at all. So top 4 from the CAF Champions League.
With top 4, no. Who's your money on to win it? You said Sundowns will go to the final. They're going to play against who? Simba or Wydad? Because I think the final is going to come from...
I'm not sure of the path, so I don't want to... I'm not sure of the path, but I can tell you now that Esperance is going through.
Okay.
Wydad is going to turn around that fixture.
Okay.
Sundowns
are already through.
And Al Ahly. I don't think Raja, in as much as we know Raja, they're capable. I mean, they're season campaigners for that tournament. I don't think they're going to turn around that fixture. 2-0 against Al Ahly. Al Ahly, we all know that Real Madrid of Africa, you know what I mean?
So it's going to be a North versus South?
I think...
because technically it is going to be a North versus South because you've got Esperance, you said.
Yeah.
You've got Al Ahly, you said.
Yeah.
You've got Wydad.
Yeah.
They're all North African teams.
Yeah, definitely.
And Sundowns.
And Sundowns. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sundowns
so
is in the final,
so it's North versus South.
It's North versus South.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. DStv Premiership. Who's going down?
Hey.
Let's start at the bottom. Work it from down going up.
Hey, it's a tough one, eh?
Because there's Maritzburg. They proper flirting with relegation. Like proper.
And they've been there before, actually, eh?
And was it wise for Fadlu to go back?
I think he shot himself in the foot. But hey, he's unemployed. What do you do?
Okay.
What do you do, you know?
Fair point. Dan Dance is unemployed.
Hey, he can... Is the other one...
Maybe Fadlu could have waited for the cheaper job. Because there it's a revolving door. Like you go become cheaper coach, you go with a suitcase, but you don't unpack your bags. You leave them in the bag.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow they can say out. So you just take your bag and you shark.
How did Amazulu get there as well? Because they're not safe as well.
Who's the coach of Amazulu? What has he done?
Photos.
What has he done?
Give photos.
Yes. Well, it was.
Photos.
Technically it was, but Akira, he's been... You want to call it demoted or he's been shifted? There's been a
frozen
reshuffling. Yes, there's been reshuffling at Amazon.
Yeah, look, I think would Chipper turn it around?
And the chairman actually was, I think one of his, I was listening to one of the interviews that he did, and he was saying that the goal or the aim for him this season was to finish top 4.
He's far from it, eh?
Because the last time he tasted top 4, the coach is now a striker coach at Man United.
Yeah, look, Benny did well then, and...
Oh, he's another other coach that we can actually say, he's a good player who turned good coach.
No, definitely.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, we're just waiting for him at Pirates.
I'd say Eric Tinkler as well, to a degree.
To a degree, because, I think at Pirates, Tinkler did well. He was just unlike in those finals, you know what I mean?
And
the final can go either
and
way.
Roger Dessau.
And Roger Dessau.
Yes.
Roger was a CAF Champions League coach at the time when we went to the final. And Tinkler was CAF Confederation coach. He was a coach when we went to CAF Confederation final.
Yes.
Am I correct? I think
so. Roger was Champions League.
Yeah.
He lost in the final.
Yeah.
And then he left, I think, the following season.
Yeah.
And then Tinkler took over as caretaker / you are the head coach. And then he took Pirates to the Confed final.
Yes.
Which
That's what I'm
he
saying.
also lost. Yes. Yeah. You are right. Yes.
So, look,
Oh, and Pizzo as well.
Nah, Pizzo is the GOAT. In South Africa, I don't think there's any coach that we can
I
compare.
personally never watched him play. I don't know if you did, Lennox.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't either.
Okay. Just know his coaching record is incredible.
But I don't think he would go play he was in Greece.
Yeah, he did go overseas.
Yes. No, Steve was the one who was in Turkey. And Pito was in Greece. Yes, Pito was in Greece. I don't think you would go play in Greece or in Turkey if you are not a good player.
Yeah, he's not a bad player.
In Turkey, you had the likes of, I think Shoes went to Turkey.
Yeah, Shoes, Halman Mukelele, what is that? Ankara or something. I can't remember. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Helman played there. I think Philemon Masinga.
Before Italy, before he went to Bar.
Yeah, he was at Bari. Who else played?
Wasn't he at Leeds as well? at some
Steve
point?
was in Turkey as well. You mentioned him, Steve Compeller.
Yes, Steve was at Turkey with Tebogo no, Tebogo Moloi. Sorry, I think they were even roommates or someone like that.
So quite a few players went, but that was just after the 96. You know.
Okay, who's going down, Mona? We need to wrap up.
Okay, I'll say Swallows and Chippa United.
Huh? So 2 teams are coming up from the. So, are you saying
Whoever's gonna finish 15th, they're not gonna make it back, because those teams down there, your Castries, Cape Town Spurs, and Polokwane City, I think they are really, really that good, and they're gonna give whoever's gonna finish 15th a run of their money.
Hey, man. Okay, top 4. Okay, well, number 1 is sorted. 2, 3, 4.
2 is definitely gonna be Orlando Pirates. We're doing well, man. You know, and I think we had a good season. You know, if we can just finish second and win the Nedbank Cup.
So 2 cups and Champions League, that equates success.
For me, for this season,
No,
in this
does.
context,
No,
yeah.
it does. No, I was actually reiterating that
It will be
success.
It will be a very good season after a long time, you know. And then 3rd, I'll say SuperSport, and then 4th, it will be Kaizer Chiefs.
Interesting. Lennox?
Yeah, bottom side, I'd go with for some reason, I feel like Swallows is struggling so much. So they're going to probably finish bottom 2 with, Maritzburg's definitely going to go out. I've got a feeling they're not going to survive. And then at the top, obviously, the Buccaneers 2nd, no doubt about that.
I can feel the Pirates love. Hey, I can feel the Pirates love in here.
Nah, Buccaneers are playing well. You have to give credit. They are playing very well.
We're building.
Yeah. Next season, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
For how long?
No. I'm saying under
Rivero waiting, bro.
under Jose, there is an element of unity in that team, and everybody wants to do their part. You know what I mean? Like this, I haven't seen Pirates so well oiled in a while. You know what I mean? And yes, I'm passionate about this team so much that I'm getting emotional. Like I want them.
The ship is sailing.
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
like
it's moving. Even in the derbies, we do. So what the derbies be like?
No, you
fighting.
haven't won the last.
We haven't won, but we are competing. You know, like we are actually giving.
You must win. If you compete.
you know.
We'll get there.
We'll see on the 6th.
So there is Len. You don't, and we spoke about this last week. You don't just beat Mamelodi Sundowns, let alone 3-0. You know, it's a team that is structured. It's a team that is fighting, and it's a team that is a unity.
You know, there's only 3 teams that have beaten Sundowns this season. In all competitions. Yes.
So,
do you know the 3 teams?
I'll tell you now.
Do you know the 3 teams, Lennox?
Didn't Stellis beat them?
No, you can count the teams.
Stellis.
Okay.
I've given you 1.
Yeah, and 2 more.
Why are you putting me on the spot, man?
You know what's weird?
Yeah.
You actually just literally spoke about 1 right now.
Just give us those names so that in the interest of time, just give us those names. Was it Stellis and who else?
Pirates, you just said it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, come on. Was that a tricky question or what? This guy's playing with me. Lennox, rescue me, Bagadia.
Nah, it's and also SuperSport.
No. Oh,
SuperSport
yes.
United.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lennox.
So there's 4. It's not 3.
There's a 4. And there's another one.
Yeah, there's 1.
Wasn't Gallants?
Or like what's
Is this us continuing or we just having a chat?
We're continuing.
Okay, cool. There's 4. Actually, it's not 3. There's 4.
Okay.
So it's Pirates, it's Stellis,
Stellis,
it's SuperSport United. There's 1 more.
Maybe Cape Town City?
No. I'll tell you guys. You told me your top 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sundowns obviously sorted. I think SuperSport United is going to finish 2nd. I think Pirates will finish 3rd. And Chiefs will finish 4th. Relegation, I think it's going to be Maritzburg, definitely. Swallows will go to the playoffs, but they'll survive.
Yeah, I hope not.
Why?
I just don't like that notion. Why are you getting the second bite of the cherry? If you finish 15th, just go.
Just bounce.
Just go, bounce.
Hey, man, it's the
Try
place.
again. You
Rebuild.
know?
Okay, cool. You bounce, you come back. You'll just buy. What do you call this thing? You'll just buy status at Richards Bay.
Another thing that we
Oh
need
yeah,
to
that's
discuss.
terrible. I was mad when that happened with Vets. I was like, what's going on?
No,
Dude,
but we're gonna chop that up.
Bloemfontein said that hurt me.
Oh, 100 years of history for
How
Vets,
do you
man.
wipe history like that?
Yes,
But anyway, let's leave it.
You pay a couple of millions. But anyway, we'll chop that up. The answer you're looking for was TS Galaxy, by the way.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, TS Galaxy.
what a fluke.
Remember the 1-0?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yes. But anyway, Offside, this has been the second episode. Mzwara, thank you very much for joining us.
AKA Super Sub.
Super Sub, yes. Should we go with Mzwara or Super Sub?
Hey, I don't know. Hey, Chillers have decided.
Okay, you
so-
guys will tell us, ne? What works? Super Sub or Mzwara?
Yeah.
Which one works? And then we'll see which one works and then we'll go with that for the
Ova.
next episode. Ne? Ova.
Kihim,
Okay, sharp. No, I don't think VAR will work.
nah.
Lennox, thank you very much for joining us. It was a pleasure having you. Great insights. And, quick one before we leave.
Yeah,
sure.
City, Arsenal.
Definitely Arsenal 3-2 Arsenal.
Spurs, United.
Definitely United 2-1.
City, Arsenal.
I'll say 3-1 to City.
United, Spurs.
It's a draw. It's probably going to be 1-1 or 2-2. Okay. They're both winded. They're going to be very cautious.
And the Spurs doesn't have a coach. But anyway, that's not for me to worry about because I'll probably be crying or I'll be very jubilant on Freedom Day. Very jubilant.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, gentlemen, thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe and you can follow us on Twitter. Our handle is at the bottom. And yeah, this has been Offside. We don't have a whistle yet. So, Mzwara, don't you want to whistle for us? No, you must stop 3 times. I create the Guinness Book.
We out of here.